Hey, this is Meredith's husband. I've got some SEO advice for you, but I'm going to keep it really simple so that you can understand it, so it makes sense, and most importantly, so you can actually use it.
Let's start a podcast.
Keywords for your main pages.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Because last week we talked about keywords for your non-main pages.
Right.
Your about page, your pricing page, your blog, your contact, those sorts of things. I thought I would do, what keywords do you use for your main pages?
That's a great idea.
Round out the thought.
Yeah, how about that? Let's get to it.
Your main pages.
My main page.
Your main pages, that's a term I made up, main pages, meaning your homepage and your services, your service pages.
Okay.
Service pages, you might call them something like your portfolio or your session pages or whatever. I'm going to call them your service pages.
Okay.
So your homepage and your service pages.
Yeah.
Number one, people ask me, well, I'm worried about cannibalizing my keywords, between my homepage and my service pages. And you don't need to worry. That's one thing you don't need to worry about.
Oh,
it's very natural. I mean, we have talked a lot about being careful not to cannibalize your keywords between different pages, but it's what is
cannibalize?
Well, I didn't make it up. That's an official term.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, keyword cannibalization. I can't say it, but I didn't make it up either.
Okay.
No, that's a thing. So you have to be careful of that, but not between your homepage and other pages. It's very natural to have, think of your homepage as like the umbrella. And all the inner pages are underneath that umbrella, you're naturally going to have some overlap. Yes. So there's going to be some overlap. Don't worry about competing with your homepage.
Fantastic.
The other question I get is, should I focus on photography or photographer?
Oh, that's a good question.
Now, Google's kind of answer to this is, it doesn't matter. We'll figure it out.
Really?
I kind of disagree. Now, that's largely true. If you were to do a search, you open two windows and do a search for, family photographer New York and family photography New York, the results are going to be pretty similar, but they're going to be a little bit different.
I would think it would be photographer because that is what you are. And you offer the service of photography.
Correct. I look at it a little bit like that.
Okay.
But a little bit different. The question I often ask myself is, what are people looking for? What do they want? They want to hire a photographer.
Right.
They are not looking for photography. I mean, that is what you're going to deliver them.
Right.
But they are looking to hire a photographer.
Yes.
Think, and that's what we call intent.
Yes.
User's intent. If you were to imagine two people, and one of them is doing a search for, let's say, wedding photography, and one of them is doing a search for wedding photographer, are they searching for the same thing? Maybe, but maybe not. Yeah.
I don't think so. I think someone who wants inspiration will look at photography, and somebody who's looking to hire is photographer.
Well, photography their intent is a little bit unknown.
Correct.
It's what we would probably call an informational search.
That's what I'd say.
And a photographer, so that's a buying search. Somebody is looking, it's a transactional search. Somebody is looking to hire a photographer. I try to keep that in mind as I approach all these other things. You can go ahead. You can go ahead and yawn. I see you.
Never mind.
Trying to swallow it like a bitter pill.
Let's keep going.
Okay, so that's what I keep in mind. So, for your service pages, you are offering photography.
Yes.
Okay, that's what you're giving to people.
Oh, I see. Yeah. But for the homepage.
For the no, they'll get to the homepage in a second. Let me just back up. For the about page, you are talking about you. It's your photographer. So that's kind of the reasoning I use, and I do like to target both the photography and photographer.
Might as well.
But on different pages, and then the homepage. Remember something I talked about last week. Think about when you want a certain page to appear. Your homepage is when, number one, when people search for Meredith Zinner Photography, you want your homepage to appear. So it's your brand name. So it's Meredith Zinner Photography. If your brand name is something with photographer, then include photographer. Whatever your brand name is should be the very first keyword in the title tag of your homepage. Okay. That's the focus of your homepage. For your service pages, this is what I do. There's no exactly right or wrong way to do this, but this is what I do. It's then your keyword with photography. In your case, you consider yourself a family photography. You consider yourself a family photographer.
I am a family photography.
But what is this page offering to people? It's family photography. So the keyword for your family photography page is family photography. So what does that mean exactly? So number one, that's the first phrase in your title tag. That's kind of what I mean when I say the keyword for this page is family photography. Make that the first word in your title tag.
Okay.
It should also be in the heading of that page.
Okay.
So family photography, and then the rest of your title tag could be, like in your case, a similar keyword, an associated keyword would be children's photography.
Yes.
So children's photography has always been one of your best keywords, but we kind of consider you to be a family photographer. So that's where I would include variations of or alternate keywords. So it would be something like kids. Kids is not it's not a very popular search term.
Really?
Not many people are looking for kids photography or kids photographer compared to children's photographer. More people are searching for children's photographer. But that's where I would include that is on that service page. It would be something like family photography, children and pets, something. And then you could include something like by Meredith Zinner, or at the very end of that title tag, you might put your location. I only tend to include the location if there's room.
Okay.
Like first try to put other important keywords in like I said, in your case, children, family.
Thank you.
And then on the other pages, on the about, the contact you would focus on the photographer, or I should say you would include the photographer.
So on an investment page though, would it be photography?
On an investment. You mean your pricing page?
Yes.
I would say you make it the pricing page you would want to have correlate with your service page because that's its pricing for the service. So it would be photography.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So if you take what we talked about last week, your other pages, and what we talked about this week, you should have a pretty good idea of kind of what every page of your website should focus on in terms of keywords, except for the individual blogs.
Right.
Those would be different.
They're a whole different sandwich.
Yes. But you probably hopefully you don't have more than a handful, maybe up to 10 main website pages.
Yeah.
The rest are going to be blogs. So This gives you a pretty good idea of what the keywords all should be for those pages.
Thank you.
Those main pages. You're welcome.
Thank you. Nice. Bye. That's it, right?
I think that's it. Go ahead and yawn.
No, I'm swallowing it. I'm just going to pour it out my eyes. Hey, thank you so much for listening. We really hope that you find this helpful and useful. And if you do, what you could do for us as a thanks would be to, drumroll please, yes, leave a review. Yes, everybody says it, I know, but it really does make a difference. Take 3 seconds, leave as many stars, say something really nice about what you like about the podcast and maybe why other people would like it. It would mean the world to us, especially my husband. That better? All right, I'm going to try one where I'm not going to be charming.